Hello and welcome to the Purpose Pursuit podcast with me, Hannah Miller. I'm really excited to say that today's episode is going to be a bit of a sneak preview into my upcoming book. If you are a regular listener to this podcast, you will know that The Purpose Pursuit by Hannah Miller, 8 Steps to the Life You've Been Searching For, is available for pre-order now and is available from the 4th of December to be purchased in bookstores. And one of the things that we thought would be really good to do to give people a bit of a taster is to let you into a little bit of what's in the book. And so the publishers have agreed for me to read out the introduction to you. So it gives you a feel of the style, the direction of travel, and what's included in the book. I have done an audio version of the book. So if you are somebody who likes listening to books rather than reading them, you can go on Audible or anywhere where you get your audio books and you can purchase that instead. And that's available for pre-order too. Had a lot of fun recording that over 2 days. Really enjoyed doing it. And it was such a good opportunity to get back into the book content and read it from start to finish and experience the flow of that and to experience what the readers are also going to experience. And so we thought we'd just put into a little single episode for you today, the introduction as a standalone. So you can listen to that and hopefully it will whet your appetite and will make you think, actually, this is a book I need to read. This is a book that I have a friend who needs to read, and I'm going to go ahead and pre-order that. If you're looking for it anywhere, if you just simply type into any of the bookstores that you use, The Purpose Pursuit, Hannah Miller, it should come up for you. It's a blue front cover, and the subtitle is 8 Steps to the Life You've Been Searching For. Okay, so let's get going with the introduction. Feels a bit like Jack and Ori. There's something deeply human about the search for purpose. It's a question as old as time itself. What am I here for? For some, this question burns brightly from a young age, shaping choices and direction. For others, it lingers in the background, waiting for the right moment to ask for attention. For others still, it's life's hardest moments, grief, disappointment, upheaval, that thrust the question to the forefront, demanding answers we might not feel ready to give. Yet, for many of us, the idea of purpose feels elusive, like a slippery eel that we can't quite grasp. Or worse, it feels elitist, as though it's reserved for the lucky few who seem to have it all worked out. And so, to avoid disappointment, we lower our expectations. We reduce purpose to productivity, throw ourselves into work, make one small compromise after another, and settle for a life that is more ordinary than extraordinary. I've seen clients who, despite the appearance of outward success, feel an unshakable sense of emptiness, trapped in careers that drain them, commitments that weigh them down, and routines that leave them uninspired. They tell me they should be happy, yet something vital is missing. I've also seen clients who feel as though life has asked too much of them, whether through circumstance, obligation, or sheer exhaustion. Over time, they shrink back, believing they have little left to offer. They settle for familiarity rather than fulfillment, convincing themselves that this is simply how life is meant to be. But beneath it all, there's a quiet resentment, a fatigue that runs deep, and a sense that somewhere along the way they lost themselves. I've worked in training and development for over 25 years, and for the past decade, I've been a full-time coach, guiding hundreds of people through my Purpose Pursuit coaching course. Time and again, I've witnessed the transformation that takes place when someone steps into a life of purpose. They wake up with a renewed sense of direction, energized by a future they are actively shaping. Yes, life still comes with its challenges and responsibilities, but something shifts within them. They rediscover their confidence, their relationships deepen, and their actions, whether in their career or personal life, feel meaningful again. I've seen people finally make bold decisions they had been avoiding for years, step into roles that align with their values, and find the courage to redefine what success looks like on their own terms. Instead of merely existing, they begin to fully engage with life, choosing growth over stagnation, intention over autopilot, and possibility over resignation. And so, what if purpose wasn't just for the select few? What if it wasn't about a single grand calling or a once-in-a-lifetime revelation? What if, instead, purpose was something that we could build, something that evolves, shifts, and takes shape over time? And what if your unique purpose wasn't some external prize to be won, but the sum of your talents, personality, experiences, and values, something already within you waiting to be uncovered? This book, the culmination of countless hours of coaching and years of lived experience, is here to help you do just that. Uncover and build a sense of purpose that is not a distant, elusive ideal, but something practical, evolving, and deeply personal. This book will guide you towards clues that help you better understand yourself, the unique strengths and passions that drive you, the values you hold dear, and the life you want to lead. Purpose is not just about discovering what you're here to do, but who you're here to be. Purpose is. When I was a little girl, one of my absolute favourite books was The Owl Who Was Afraid of the Dark. Plop, a young barn owl, who by nature is meant to be nocturnal, is afraid of the dark. Because of his fear, he refuses to go out in it or hunt with his parents. But throughout the story, Plop meets different people who each reveal a new side of the dark, one he had never considered before. They help him see that dark is kind, dark is necessary, and dark is fun. Now, I'm not saying people are afraid of purpose, but I do think it can feel so consuming and abstract that we sometimes avoid it. We assume it's too big, too complex, or meant for someone else, someone more certain, more confident, and more clear about their path. But just as the owl in the story learnt to see the dark in a new way, I want to offer you a fuller, more attainable definition of purpose. One that makes it feel less like an impossible quest and more like something real, something that's yours. Because purpose is powerful, purpose is holistic, purpose is for all of us, and purpose is a pursuit. Purpose is powerful. A sense of purpose has been proven time and again to make life better. Studies have shown that having a clear sense of purpose is linked to improved mental and physical health, greater resilience, and even longer life expectancy. Knowing who we are at our best and getting to live that out daily also acts as an essential safeguard against burnout, crucial in a time when burnout is at an all-time high. When we have a sense of purpose, it boosts our well-being and we're more likely to feel fulfilled, engaged, and motivated towards our goals. Neuroscientific research supports this, indicating that living with purpose activates the brain's reward system, leading to increased well-being and lower stress levels. But beyond this compelling data, I know from my own life that when we are living in alignment with our purpose, we feel the difference in our daily lives. I've seen in my own journey how stepping into work that truly resonates with who I am has brought clarity, energy, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. I've also witnessed it in my clients, watching them move from feeling stuck and unmotivated to living with greater confidence and conviction. We all know what it's like to go through the motions, feeling disconnected from what we're doing. And we also know how different it feels to be deeply engaged, to wake up with a sense of direction, to be doing something that connects with who we are and who we were made to be. Purpose is powerful. It transforms our lives from ordinary to extraordinary. Purpose is holistic. One of the biggest myths about purpose is that it's synonymous with career. Sadly, I've seen far too many books reduce purpose to our paid work. While work can be a powerful vehicle for purpose, it is not the whole picture. If we define purpose solely through work, we create a fragile foundation, one that ties our identity to what we do rather than who we are. But what happens when jobs change, careers shift, or retirement comes? If purpose is only about work, then it becomes something temporary, something that can be lost. I've worked with clients who have spent years climbing the career ladder only to reach the top and feel an unsettling emptiness because their sense of purpose was tied entirely to their job title. I've also coached people who, after stepping away from long-held roles due to redundancy, retirement, or life changes, found themselves questioning their worth. True purpose is bigger than a job title. It weaves through every aspect of life, our relationships, passions, beliefs, contributions, and the unique way we move through the world. It's not confined to office walls or paychecks. It's something deeper, something enduring. This book will help you uncover what truly matters to you, beyond a job title or society's expectations. Purpose is for all of us. Perhaps the biggest barrier to living with purpose is the belief that it's only available to a few of us, that it belongs to people who have extraordinary talent, wealth, or a specific calling, that it's reserved for those who change the world in dramatic ways. But purpose isn't just for the people who start global movements or write best-selling books. It's for the parent raising a child with love and care. It's for the teacher who invests in their students. It's for the person who brings kindness into their workplace, who serves their community, and who shows up for their friends. I know this because I once believed purpose had to be something huge, something that would completely redefine my life. I searched for it for years, thinking it had to be a singular, extraordinary calling. But the moment I stopped chasing an elusive idea of purpose and instead focused on aligning my daily life with what truly mattered to me, everything shifted. I discovered that purpose isn't about waiting for a lightning bolt moment. It's about making intentional choices, one by one. That discovery didn't just shape my own life, it also became the foundation of my coaching work. Purpose is for you. It's not about grand gestures. It's about aligning your life with what truly matters to you. And it's not something you have to wait for. It's something you can build step by step, starting exactly where you are. Purpose is a pursuit. Though in many ways this book will take you on a journey, I prefer the connotations of the word pursuit. It has more energy and intention, plus the alliteration is a nice bonus. But let me be clear, developing purpose in our lives does involve movement, direction, and, well, a journey. Most of us won't hear an audible voice, receive a letter from Hogwarts, or wake up one day with a crystal clear mission etched across the sky. And there's the myth that there's only one right path, and that if you don't find it, you've failed. Purpose isn't about making one perfect decision. It's about making intentional choices, learning as you go, and refining your direction over time. Purpose unfolds, revealing itself in layers through experiences, questions, and choices. Sometimes it's a slow realization. Other times it's sparked by a moment of clarity. But it's always something we move towards with effort and intention, not something that simply lands in our laps. So while I might use the word journey, know this, purpose isn't a destination, it's a pursuit, and you're already on the way. How to use this book. The Purpose Pursuit is designed to act as your roadmap, one that you actively engage with. It's organised into chapters representing different stages of exploration and growth. Through a mix of reflection, research, exercises, and real-life examples, you'll be guided through key aspects of discovering and living out your purpose. Taking stock, reflecting on life right now, what's good and what needs to change. Understanding yourself, exploring your strengths, your values, and defining moments. Identifying roadblocks, understanding how we self-sabotage through burnout, imposter syndrome, comparison, mindset shifts, and people-pleasing. Taking action, bringing clarity to what matters most and turning ideas into tangible steps. Each chapter strikes a balance between reflection and action, ensuring you don't get stuck in overthinking without direction or leap into action without focus. I've drawn from the best parts of my work and personal experience to give you the strongest foundation for finding your purpose. Each chapter contains the following elements. Concepts and learning. I didn't want this book to be just another fluffy, you're unique and have a special purpose pep talk, something that feels good in the moment but lacks real substance. Inspiration is important, but without a foundation of truth, it fades fast. That's why I've worked hard to ground every concept in this book in solid research. I've pored over books, journals and studies to ensure that what you're reading isn't just feel-good rhetoric, but a roadmap built on real understanding and insight. Yes, you are unique. Yes, you do have a purpose. But to truly uncover and live it, you need more than just motivation. You need facts, science and research to guide you forward. And that's exactly what you'll find here. Stories and insights. Having said all that, a book filled with research and data alone isn't enough. Facts inform, but stories transform. When I lead workshops or give talks, what truly resonates with people, the moments that stick, aren't just the studies or statistics, but the stories and the anecdotes that bring them to life. That's why this book isn't just packed with knowledge, it's deeply personal. Purpose isn't a theoretical concept, it's a human experience, and human experiences need the human element. In each chapter, you'll find glimpses of my own journey, because let's be honest, I'm still figuring this out too, alongside real case studies from my coaching. Drawn from actual client sessions with names changed, these examples aren't just shared for inspiration, they're here to help you see yourself in them, and to remind you that you're not alone in this. When you read these stories, you will feel a connection, you'll feel understood. And from that place, you'll be able to make real, meaningful progress towards your own purpose. Reflections and activities. Understanding is important and feeling understood is important, but neither means much if we don't do something about it. That's why each chapter nudges you towards action, but not before you've taken the time to reflect. By nature, I'm a get-on-with-it kind of person. I like momentum, but I've learnt, sometimes the hard way, that real meaningful progress doesn't happen without pausing first. Everything about the way the world works pushes us to move at 100 miles an hour, but this stuff matters, and giving it time and space is worth it. Reflection isn't passive. It's where you dig beneath the surface, questioning assumptions, examining core beliefs, and making sense of what you know. It's about connecting the dots between ideas that might seem unrelated at first, but together reveal something deeper. It's the hidden work that makes the visible work easier. So you're going to want to journal. Throughout this process, I'll ask you questions that will make you stop and think, followed by structured activities designed to help you plan and act. And because I know some of us love a clear framework, me included, this book is packed with practical tools to help organise your thoughts into something real, something you can actually do. Because let's be honest, that's why you're here. Key takeaways. Each chapter ends with a short summary because life is busy and none of us have perfect memories. These takeaways give you the essentials, the big ideas from the chapter, the nuggets you can actually use in your life or pass on to a friend, and the facts to help you navigate your own path or spark meaningful conversations. And most importantly, they hold the thoughts I hope will come back to you in moments of disappointment, disillusionment, or when you simply need a little reminder of what truly matters. Time to begin. This is not a book to passively read and then forget. It's a book to engage with, reflect on, and return to as you grow and evolve. Take your time. Use a journal. Be honest with yourself. I didn't write this book as someone who has always had purpose figured out. I've wrestled with the same questions, experienced seasons of uncertainty and pain, and navigated my own shifts and pivots. What I've learnt, both through my own story and through coaching others, is that purpose is not a fixed destination. It's a pursuit, a dynamic, evolving process that requires courage, reflection, and action. So, as you start to read this book, my encouragement to you is this. Park your fears. Dare to hope. Stay open. Stay curious, and most importantly, commit to action. Because purpose isn't something you wait for, it's something you build one step at a time. Let's get started.